I bet you didn't know our story begins with a bang, a cosmic explosion of unimaginable power. Imagine, if you will, all the matter and energy in the universe condensed into a point smaller than an atom. This was the singularity, the seed of everything we know. Then, about 13.8 billion years ago, it happened. The Big Bang. The universe burst forth, expanding and cooling rapidly. As it did, energy transformed into matter, forming the first particles. Over eons, gravity drew these particles together, forming vast clouds of gas and dust. These clouds, called nebulae, became the nurseries of stars. Within these nebulae, gravity continued its work. Gas and dust clumped together, drawn in by their own gravitational pull. These clumps grew larger and denser, their cores becoming incredibly hot and pressurized. Finally, the pressure ignited nuclear fusion and stars blazed to life. Our own sun, a rather ordinary star, was born in this way some 4.6 billion years ago. As our newborn sun ignited, it was surrounded by a swirling disk of leftover gas and dust. This protoplanetary disk, a cosmic construction site, held the building blocks of planets. Over millions of years, gravity continued to sculpt this disk. Dust grains collided and stuck together, forming larger and larger bodies. These growing bodies, called planetesimals, attracted more and more material through their gravitational pull. In the inner solar system, where the sun's heat was intense, rocky planetesimals dominated. One of these, destined to become our home, continued to grow. This was the proto-Earth. As the proto-Earth grew larger, its gravitational pull increased. It swept up more and more material, its surface bombarded by a constant rain of asteroids and comets. This bombardment generated immense heat, melting the young planet's surface. Gradually, the Earth began to differentiate. Denser elements like iron and nickel sank to the core, while lighter elements like silicon and oxygen rose to form the mantle and crust. The early Earth was a violent and volatile place, a far cry from the tranquil planet we know today. Its surface was a molten sea of magma, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets. But amidst this chaos, the seeds of life were being sown. As Earth cooled, water vapor released from volcanic eruptions began to accumulate in the atmosphere. Over millions of years, this water vapor condensed and fell as torrential rain. This relentless rain filled the planet's basins, forming the first oceans. These early oceans were likely acidic and hot, but they would become the cradle of life. The early atmosphere was also vastly different from today's. It was a toxic mix of gases, including nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and methane. But there was one crucial ingredient missing: free oxygen. Oxygen, the gas we breathe, would be a product of life itself. The exact moment when life first emerged on Earth remains one of science's greatest mysteries. However, we know it likely occurred in the depths of those early oceans, perhaps around hydrothermal vents spewing heat and chemicals from the Earth's interior. Here, in this extreme environment, the first life forms, simple single-celled organisms, emerged. These early microorganisms were likely extremophiles, thriving in conditions that would be lethal to most life today. They were able to harness energy from chemicals in their surroundings, a process known as chemosynthesis. These early life forms left behind little in the way of fossils, but their legacy lives on in every living thing today. Over millions of years, these simple life forms evolved and diversified. Some developed the ability to capture energy from sunlight, a process known as photosynthesis. This innovation would have profound consequences for the future of life on Earth. For billions of years, life on Earth remained relatively simple, dominated by single-celled organisms. Then, about 540 million years ago, something extraordinary happened. Life exploded in diversity and complexity. This period, known as the Cambrian explosion, marks one of the most significant events in the history of life on Earth. During the Cambrian explosion, a dazzling array of new life forms appeared in the fossil record. These included the ancestors of many of the major animal groups we know today, such as arthropods, mollusks, and vertebrates. These creatures evolved hard shells, skeletons, and new body plans, leading to an unprecedented diversity of forms. The Cambrian explosion was a time of intense evolutionary experimentation. New ecological niches were filled and predator-prey relationships emerged. This period set the stage for the continued evolution and diversification of life on Earth. For billions of years, life had flourished in the oceans, but the land remained a barren frontier, a harsh and unforgiving environment. Then, about 470 million years ago, life began to colonize the land. This marked another pivotal step in the evolution of life on Earth. The first pioneers to conquer the land were plants. Simple, non-vascular plants similar to mosses and liverworts began to spread across the land, gradually transforming the barren landscape. They were followed by more complex vascular plants with specialized tissues for transporting water and nutrients. As plants established themselves on land, animals followed. The first animals to venture onto land were likely arthropods such as insects and spiders. They were followed by amphibians, the first vertebrates to make the transition from water to land. This move onto land opened up vast new habitats and resources, leading to further diversification of life. About 250 million years ago, a new group of animals emerged that would come to dominate the planet for over 180 million years, the dinosaurs. These magnificent creatures, some of the largest land animals to ever walk the Earth, ruled the Mesozoic era, a time often referred to as the Age of Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs evolved into a remarkable diversity of forms, from the massive, long-necked sauropods to the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex. They adapted to a wide range of environments, from lush forests to arid deserts. Their reign saw the evolution of flowering plants, insects, and the first mammals, small, shrew-like creatures that lived in the shadows of the giants. However, the reign of the dinosaurs came to a dramatic end about 66 million years ago, when a massive asteroid slammed into Earth. The impact triggered catastrophic events, including widespread wildfires, tsunamis, and a global dust cloud that blocked out the sun. These events led to a mass extinction, wiping out the dinosaurs and many other forms of life. The extinction of the dinosaurs marked the end of an era, but it also paved the way for the rise of mammals. With their giant reptilian competitors gone, mammals were able to diversify and evolve rapidly. They adapted to a wide range of ecological niches, from the oceans to the skies. Among the mammals that flourished after the dinosaur extinction were the primates, our own ancestors. Early primates were small, tree-dwelling creatures with grasping hands and feet, binocular vision, and relatively large brains. These adaptations allowed them to thrive in the complex three-dimensional world of the forest canopy. Over millions of years, primates continued to evolve and diversify. Some, like our own ancestors, descended from the trees and adapted to life on the ground. This transition to a terrestrial lifestyle led to further evolutionary changes, including bipedalism, or walking upright on two legs. The evolution of humans is a complex and fascinating story spanning millions of years. Our lineage diverged from that of our closest living relatives, the chimpanzees, about 6 to 7 million years ago. Over time, our ancestors evolved larger brains, more sophisticated tools, and complex social structures. One of the key milestones in human evolution was the development of language. Language allowed our ancestors to communicate complex ideas, share knowledge, and cooperate more effectively. This ability to communicate and collaborate gave humans a significant advantage in the struggle for survival. As humans evolved, they spread out of Africa and colonized the globe. They adapted to a wide range of environments, from the Arctic tundra to the Amazon rainforest. Human ingenuity and adaptability allowed our species to thrive and become the dominant species on the planet. Today, Earth is teeming with life, a testament to the power of evolution. From the smallest bacteria to the largest whales, life has diversified into an astounding array of forms, each adapted to its own unique ecological niche. Our planet is home to an estimated 8.7 million species, although only a fraction of these have been identified and described. This biodiversity is not static, it is constantly changing. New species are evolving, while others are going extinct. The rate of extinction is currently accelerating due to human activities, such as habitat destruction, climate change, and pollution. This loss of biodiversity is a serious concern, as it threatens the health of ecosystems and the services they provide. Despite the challenges facing life on Earth, the story of life is ultimately one of resilience and adaptation. Life has weathered numerous mass extinctions and other catastrophic events, each time emerging stronger and more diverse. From its humble beginnings in the primordial soup to the complex web of life we see today, life on Earth has been an extraordinary journey of evolution and adaptation. The story of life is far from over. As long as Earth remains habitable, life will continue to evolve, adapt, and surprise us with its ingenuity. As we continue to explore the universe and search for life beyond Earth, we carry with us the lessons learned from our own planet's history. Life is tenacious, adaptable, and capable of extraordinary diversity. The search for life beyond Earth is a search for our own origins, a quest to understand the place of life in the vastness of the cosmos. The story of Earth and life is a story of interconnectedness, of the intricate relationships between living organisms and their environment. It is a story that reminds us of the preciousness of life and the importance of preserving the biodiversity of our planet for generations to come.